swamp where the gators creep. There's an alligator and an owl digging in deep. Georgie and Coop on the mic they stay, breaking down cases in their own kind of way. Big cup of coffee, Coop's got the facts. Georgie's taking notes, ain't holding back. From shady attorneys to courtroom lies, they pull receipts, expose the disguise. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Late night streams, deep in the case, judge rolling eyes at the lawyer disgrace. Coop shakes his head, man, this ain't right. Georgie's laughing hard, he's losing the fight. Breaking it down, no fluff, just facts. They keep it 100, no turning back. From perjury papers to courtroom schemes, they crack the code, exposing the things. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Some folks hate, but they ain't gonna stop. Goon Squad strong, taking it to the top. With every stream, another truth unfolds. No fake news, just stories told. From big nose lawyers to blue bucket queens, they seen it all, know what it means. Staying on point, exposing the lies. Georgie and Coop got truth in their eyes. So pull up a chair, grab you a seat. Another case down, ain't missing a beat. When the court's adjourned and the stories break, you know who to watch, no room for the fake.
Wahoo! What's up, Georgie girl?
Good morning, Coopy. Seems like we just saw each other over at Skipper's.
Yeah, buddy. We got James in the house. Mercedes, Lilu. Oh, man.
Mr. Jam.
We got a whole bunch of people up in here today.
Jamie, Spliffy, Miss Tammy. Good morning, everybody. Lou. Timothy.
Yes.
My
Everybody's
Mercedes.
slowly dwindling in. Yeah, buddy.
Miss Yankee Bell. The absolute rock star. Ow. Good morning, Miss Tammy. How is everybody this morning?
Good morning, Tammy. How you doing? Yankee Bell. Hanging out with the Georgie and Coop. John Naylor. Hey. Where did you send it, John?
Yeah, John, where'd you send it? Sheffis! Good morning.
What's happening? Paul, what's happening, Paul? I'll go over and see if he sent it. I might have to send him my email address and have him email it to me.
We've got Mr. Tim's GoFundMe pinned at the top of the chat. Good news. For those of you that wasn't with us yesterday morning, Mr. Tim was gifted by a precious angel a brand new jazzy scooter. So he is able to get around now. Praise God. All he needs now is his ramp. The funds for the ramp. And I believe we may have angels in the background trying to work on something, but it would still not be nice to be able to get the funds together to be able to pay for the wood and the nails and, well, screws. Screws is better. It'll last longer.
Did you pin it on your side there, girlie?
I do. I got it pinned.
All right.
Did you get it pinned?
Oh, yeah. I just pinned it. Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
so
Tiny Human is in the background.
Things are really looking up for Mr. Tim. I really appreciate everybody that's helped with this guy. I mean, having something like that go on, stage 3 colon cancer, has got to be one of the most miserable things in the world. And
It is.
putting wheels underneath him where he can get around has got to be a life changer for him. So I appreciate every one of you guys for helping out in any way you could.
From my understanding of reading his GoFundMe, his immobility isn't just from the cancer. He has back and leg issues as well on top
Right.
of the cancer,
Right.
which is exactly what was going on with my dad. He had a degenerative disc disease. All of his discs was completely degenerated, and he got to the point to where he couldn't walk anymore before he was ever even diagnosed with cancer. And had it not have been for his little scooter that he purposely would run over us with, Dad wouldn't have been able to be mobile and to be social with everybody.
Good
So
morning, sweet
those
fly.
those scooters are definitely a blessing to be able to keep them going to where they're not trapped in the bed or a chair 24/7.
Exactly. Now we just get him a ramp. And I think that there's some volunteers up there that are not only going to build it, but I think they got some plans in the work to purchase it, either the materials or the metal. Who knows? I'm not really exactly
Yeah,
sure
we
what they're
haven't.
doing.
I know the ones that are working on it haven't gave us full details, but they're trying.
Right.
So
And it just makes me happy that so many people have tried, have been helping to help Mr. Tim. He well deserves it.
absolutely.
Yes, he is a veteran, and I support veterans. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Nancy, what's happening?
I know chat and you have got to get tired of me talking about dad all the time, but that's what I have all my experience through is my dad. So
What's up, Spliffy? How you doing? How you doing?
heroes. There's Blue. I
What's up,
haven't
Blue?
seen Blue in a while.
Right on, right on.
Thank you, Rick's Cowboys, for the $2 super chat. We appreciate you. So, Coopy, we got our vacation booked at midnight last night.
There you go. There you go.
We will
Moving right on
be
with it.
we will be Panama City Beach bound Sunday morning by
This
4
Sunday coming
p.m.
up.
Yes, this coming Sunday is the 2nd. I have to be there by 4 p.m. to check into the condo.
All right. That's
So
what, like a 5-hour trip?
I think it's 6.5. But with Tiny, it'll be a little bit longer. So we'll have to get up super early.
John, the only thing that I found was on my business page messenger, and it was a link to your video. I can't download it from a link. You have to download it and send me the file.
Yeah. It won't allow us to download it. The only
Right.
reason Friday night we had you send it to us as a link is because it made it easier for us to just click on it and play it for the stream. But for him to be able to
Kiko.
put it as our intro, you got to send him the actual song.
Right. Kiko's in the house. Good morning, Kiko. Miss Nancy.
Oh, Miss Nancy, I'm so sorry.
Nemesis. Did she sneak in and I didn't see her?
She did. Hi, Nemesis. Sweet Fly. Hi, Sweet Fly. Derek. How's it hanging, everybody? Tim said you gonna run me out of town now.
Who that?
Tim, because he's
Oh.
down in that area where we're gonna be at for vacation. So I did because the hubby wants to go to Tube Town. We Google mapped it to see how far Tube Town was from Panama, and it is only 4 hours. So
Woo!
we're going to take one of our days on our week vacation and we're going to go to Tube Town. Should I film it?
Why not? Why not? You can get some film of old Monster Man swinging from the gate.
I'm not letting him get out of the car. Not with the lunatics across the street.
Just don't pay them jack nuggets any attention whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely not. But I'm not taking any chances with my son. He'll have to stay in the car.
So I'm wondering when Travis is going to start moving everything from the original Tube Town to the new Tube Town.
From my understanding, the original is going to stay standing. And then the new one is going to be a legit fun center. So
right.
he's going to be building on the new property soon, from my understanding.
That's cool. That's cool.
Well, Dwayne, if we go down there, I'll go buy both. I love that. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Thank you. The chicken nuggets have been replenished.
They didn't like the rain yesterday, huh?
Oh my God. It rained all day and all night. And today it's not raining, but it's still overcast like crazy. I mean, I literally have to, cut my lights on to be able to see. Because if I cut everything off, it's just gloomy in here.
You turned the camera on at the perfect time. Baby Blue's cleaning himself.
Oh yeah, he's being okay. I came back from getting my coffee a while ago, and both of them, both of them jumped on me. He thought I was gonna, because I got little girl that she's down here by my hand. She's down.
Look, he's being spunky.
Yeah, because I'm petting on her head, and he don't like me touching his woman.
Good morning, Steve.
She's sitting there loving it, but him, he's like, that's my girl. Leave her alone.
Good morning, Erica.
But yes, we have the Miss Tickle lady. We got her. She's
Tickles.
Oh, she's my sweetie. You coming up here? She'll get down here with my arm on the desk. She'll get down here and she'll snuggle up against my arm and sit there and fall asleep. I'm assuming because it's like a little miniature heater. Now see, they're inseparable. And he don't want me touching her at all.
That's how Baby Bird is about our little parakeet. If we try to pet her, he loses it. He does us just like Blue does you.
Yeah, he's something else. I got to be careful because he's a little nippy today. If I get my cheek too close to him, he'll go, "Cow!" He'd get me.
James Barron asked, so Georgie, who do you think the mole is? Well, me and Coop were talking about that yesterday morning.
Oh, that's right. I think it was Mary that messaged me about this old mod.
Yeah, some are saying it might be Stats. Those of you that was old G viewers of What the Hells remember Stats in Jeremy's chats, and Stats is now Team Lynette and is in all the haters chats, but they're thinking, some are speculating that Stats might be the mole. But I'm like Coop. I find it extremely interesting that Tori, being Lisa's right-hand man,
partner in crime,
running her mouth, like it's the two of them. That's who started all the drama.
Exactly.
But she's not on the new lawsuit. I find that extremely interesting. It's possible he could have also done it to sow doubt in the haters. You never know. But I have this gut feeling it's Tori. And you and I've been saying that since they filed to add the others to the other case that didn't go through. You and I have been thinking that since. We were thinking it was either Stupid Dave or Tori, but now we know it's not Stupid Dave because he's listed on the new lawsuit. So,
Right. I mean, you talk about something that would absolutely destroy Head Flea. That would that would just tear her to pieces if Tori ended up being the super mole. I mean, those two are like partners in crime. They're always together. I mean, wow. Look at how often she was literally at the Flea's house. Tori was at the Flea's house and how long she was staying there. She was staying there a
yes,
week at a time and then leaving, coming back. I don't know
I'm
if she's
I'm
dead.
still hung up on Jeremy saying that their mole is right under their nose.
Definitely something to think about. And if I was so Miss Flea, I'd be really concerned about that.
Jamie said that Tori was acting completely weird on the live last night. So
I wouldn't know. I don't watch those people. I stay away from them. There,
we have certain ones that watch it, so we don't have to.
exactly.
The only time I listen to their voices is if someone sends me a screen recording that they think I need to hear.
Oh, they kissing. Nope. Tickle said enough of that. It's funny. I'd never seen birds kissing, and the first time I seen them, and I'm like, "What the hell? Why are they doing that? Are they hurting each other?" Mama said, "No, that's how they showing affection."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, okay. Look like a fight to me." Yeah, buddy. I got a sneaky feeling. I got a real sneaky feeling. Whoever this mole turns out to be is going to be something very damning to them.
Derek said, all I would say is there is someone in the ecosystem that has the most to lose if named in a lawsuit. Yeah. There were threats made. I'm not surprised. They're always making threats.
Who made threats this time? Last
Um,
I heard, they were threatening all the content creators that were covering the hell stuff and all the content creators, people in their chats.
well, they're mods.
Oh, they're mods.
Just their just the creator and their mods. So
What do mods have to do with it?
I don't know.
All mods do is take care of our chat to make sure everything goes smooth. I mean, they don't do anything that they're not told to do. So how can you blame a mod?
Now I do know that because I watched the screen recording from last night. They made the threat to Tat that if he came down there, last I checked, you got freedom to travel anywhere in America you want to.
Right on.
But she said that if he came down there, um,
Down where?
near her, I guess, her town, I'm guessing. I'm not 100% sure what she meant by that.
He travels through there all the time when he goes to
But
St. Pete to see Melissa.
he would be ended. That
Yeah,
sounds like a threat to me, honey.
that's a threat. That is most definitely a threat.
And then her Goonies was in the hate chat trying to say that's not a threat.
That's a threat.
That is a threat.
I mean, you're threatening to
Threaten to,
end someone. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
threat.
You know, and I've stood up for Tat twice now in the hate group. Me and Tat are no longer friends, but I'm not going to allow someone to say the things that they have been saying.
Well, it's them running off, and that's another thing. Oh, Mr. Bone Sucker.
We're Jeremy's minions now, Coop.
Oh yeah, we're all Jeremy's minions, reading all the stuff before he even gets served. What'd you call off this morning? Wasn't it like 400 and something $1,000 that Jeremy's suing him for?
I've got it written down
I'm pretty
on
sure it was like
page.
400 and something $1,000. Whoa, Mr. Monkey Man.
$438,000.
Whoo. Now let's explain something to the chat. Okay, you see Ray Bone Crusher getting sued for what, 400? Then you got Marla that's been preaching her hate for how many months? Well, years now.
Yeah.
She's only getting sued for 220,000.
Yeah.
So you might be asking yourself, why him so much?
Because
Tell him, Georgie.
he's a creator.
He's a content creator.
Coop and I and Skipper's stream this morning, we put it together. The creators are getting sued for a whole hell of a lot more than the laymen that are not creators.
They're even getting sued for more than Nut is getting sued for.
Yes.
Nut is only getting sued for like personally, just personally, not as a group, just her personally, 300 and something $1,000. But then when you scroll down where they talk about the whole group, that's another million something for the whole group. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take it, you got the Fleas and you got Bone Sucker. And
Bruce.
well, Bruce, he's not a content creator. So.
No, but he's an attorney. So
yeah, and he's also on their channels. So and Stupid Dave.
Stupid Dave's a creator. Yeah, he's a smaller creator, but he still has an audience.
Right.
You got MLS.
MLS.
In the Fleas, Bone Crusher. I think it'd be easier to just say the only ones that aren't creators are Lynette, John, Patty Plummer, and Marla that are in the lawsuit. They're the only ones that are just regular everyday people. But Lynette has put herself out there. The whole damn world knows who she is now. Bubbles.
Okay.
He put himself on that stream, so they have he has a platform. Erica, I read your message. I giggled. I will have tiny humans making noise in the background this morning. Husband is having to buckle down today and tomorrow to get stuff caught up for next week because we're not going to be here. So multitasking this morning.
All right, John, I sent you my email address because it will not let me download through.
It won't let you save it?
Not through my messenger, my business page messenger. It's
weird.
Different than regular messenger.
True.
It doesn't give me the options that it does. All I can do is react, reply. It's not the same thing. Playback, quality speed. Yeah, it won't let me. Will not let me download it. So, but I know email will. So he's got the email address now. He can send it there. And
yeah, Gator Boy is a YouTuber. He's not just a YouTuber. He's a TV star. Did you notice? Gator Boy's got a large amount on him too. $660,000.
Yeah, he's one of the higher ones. Yes, he is.
He has a larger platform, and he's also a washed-up TV star. So,
okay, Iron Man, where did you send the info to? Man, I get stuff sent everywhere.
Oh, I'm glad Iron Man said that. By the way, that was something I heard last night as well. So supposedly they already built that memorial that they raised money for, and now they're saying it's disappeared again or was destroyed again or something like that, and they're blaming Travis for it.
They're full of crap, because if they'd have built anything, they would have filmed it being put in place. They are full of crap.
Exactly.
They are crap. Yahoo. My Yahoo mail? Okay. We go see.
Well, that's where I send everything to, is your Yahoo.
We go see. Make sure. Whoo!
I just happened to open up my Facebook, and this quote was the first thing I seen. It says, "People want your spot, but couldn't survive the things you went through to be who you are today." That felt like I was supposed to see that.
Did it go in my spam folder? Oh, let's go see. Is it in the spam? I might have deleted it. Oh,
Exactly, Jim.
it went to my spammy folder. I got it, brother. All right. Let me download this good stuff here, save it to the old bat phone, and we'll get cracking on it. Right on, James. Exactly.
Here's another quote. "Your confidence will really eat people alive. They be so mad their opinion can't make you think less of yourself. Keep shining in their face." In other words, don't let people dim your light. Right, James? Mama Palmer's, I have no idea. They just come up with the most ignorant BS ever. And to blame Travis.
You tell him, Monster Man.
There will be random screams from Tiny. He's on the couch this morning.
Dang it. Now it's downloaded it somewhere into this mess. Let's go see if I can. Yeah, I'll just do it like that. That's easier.
Good morning, Miss Shelley and Miss Cynthia. Welcome in, you two. What's what, James? Imagine how many people dislike you because they didn't hear your side of the story.
Who said that?
It's a quote that I just scrolled across. It's like Facebook speaking to me this morning, chat.
Oh, hell, there they all are. So I didn't have to screenshot them after all. Wow.
Skipper!
What's up, Skipper?
Yes, Tiny Human is the boss. 100% he's the boss. Thank you, Greg, for the $4.99 super. Hello from Scotland.
Thank you for it. Yeah.
Hello from Scotland. Their BS about Memorial, they would have to trespass on Jeremy's land to do anything. Exactly. But they were saying they were going to put it on Lynette's land. Okay, well, then it wouldn't be a memorial because that's not where it happened.
And on top of that, they have to have that pat on their proverbial back for doing something like that. So you're going to tell me they wouldn't have filmed it? They're liars. They're liars.
Thank you, Nemesis. Thank you, Nemesis. That quote is a good one.
So let's see here.
Nancy brings a good point. If they'd have put up the memorial, Biscuit Boy would have went there in darkness and filmed it. The original memorial was on JH's land. That's the thing. The man died on Jeremy's land. Before it was Jeremy's land, but still. Yeah, Miss Bebe's on the couch with Tiny Human, trying to help him with his game, keep him occupied while Coop and I are working. Thank you, Storm, for that email. Yes, James, you're right.
Ooh, boy, you get old Bubblehead going, and he just don't shut up over in these chats, does he?
The ghost is on Jeremy's land. I mean, that's one way to put it, Skipper. Yes, the original memorial was a yellow ribbon on a tree. And I think they had a little cross with flowers on the ground by the tree. Yes, Jeremy let them keep the memorial there as well. Yeah, he told them no matter what, they'd be welcome to memorialize their loved one. So they went from blaming Jeremy to now trying to blame Travis and saying that's really messed up of Travis because that's his in-laws. No, it's his daughter's in-laws, and Travis wouldn't do that. Travis isn't that kind of person.
I wouldn't be making them claims out loud unless you have proof. And we know they don't have proof. They never show proof. They spew. They spew. Whatever comes out of their mouth, that's their proof. They never show any physical proof. I take that back, unless it's something that happened 10 years ago that has absolutely nothing to do with the case at hand. Then they'll show stupid shit like that and say that's proof that Jeremy Hills is a bad man. I'd still like to see some proof shown countering what Jeremy has claimed, because Jeremy shows it.
So
Sticks that old phone up there and he shows it.
So those comments were made by Lynette that the memorial was stolen. And she said they even took the 2x4 that was cemented into the ground. Wow.
That's bullshit. That's
exactly
lies coming from a known liar. I'd be wanting to know where that money went if I was the people that donated for it. But hey, that's just me.
I think their new favorite word is perjury because that's all I ever see that stupid witch saying.
Perjury, perjury, perjury. Purgatory, purgatory. DW, what's happening?
Someone asked Bruce if Shockett was stupid, and Bruce said, among other things. So he said, yeah. He's called, are you Bruce?
Coming from the man that gets constantly denied. Yeah.
We should put those up on screen.
I don't care. Put them up.
I was trying to find where you sent them to me at.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I got them.
Pull them up in your photo viewer. That way you can expand them within the, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you have them, so it'd probably be easier. I don't know.
Let me go back over here. Oh, that's the one thing about the Fakey book I don't like is when I have to go to my business page, it makes me log out of my regular one and log back into my business or my personal. Yeah, but we'd be all right. I'll download them real quick. It won't take but a second. Yeah, we'll stick them in the Hell's documents. Yeah, that'll be a good place for them. That way they're not mixing in with all my other garbage.
Yes, Lou. I have a discount for members for my merch store. It's 10% right now, but I plan on updating it before I leave Sunday.
Okay, I think.
Well, good morning, DW.
Let's see, which one is which one? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. And then do I click it that way? Let's get this back over here. Yep, it goes that way. Let's see. Try and get these in order.
Right, William? He gonna call Shock it stupid when he the ones that keep thinking that he can move the case from Gainesville to Gainesville. Yeah, if y'all want to buy merch for members only, I believe on Fourth Wall, your code is Goon Squad. I think I have to go check. Oh, while Coop is working on that, for those of you that was not in Skipper's stream this morning, I'm gonna go ahead and advertise it. Skipper, Coop, and I all have a stream tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with none other than Jeremy Hales himself. We will be talking business and business only. We will not be discussing the case whatsoever. So keep that in
please,
mind.
if you guys come in the chat, just keep it to business related topics, nothing to do with the court case.
Well, yeah, better yet, just none of the drama, none of the cases. Other than that, y'all can ask him whatever, as long as it has nothing to do with the BS he's going through.
I think it's going to be an interesting stream. I mean, I know personally myself, I have some questions that I want to ask. And the questions that I plan on asking him pertain to the storage, the resale stuff of the storage units. So if anybody's interested in getting into it, that's where I'm coming from, is somebody that's thinking about getting into the storage unit resale side of it. So, but I'm sure there will be a lot of good, juicy information about how to make money on social media. What you think, girly girl?
Sorry, I muted because he's having a fit.
You guys can talk about whatever you want in the chat. It's just us on the panel are only going to be talking about business stuff. You know, and I mean, if you guys want to talk about the court case in the chat, that's up to you. But any comments will be highlighted, will be pertaining to business, not the court case. So, because I'm pretty sure, as much as we like to involve all you guys in the chat, you guys have questions. You know, Georgie and I love to share your comments on screen. So,
yeah, but we will only be answering the business questions that that you have for him. If it has anything to do with Otter Creek or any of the cases, it will not be discussed. It will not be addressed at all.
But anyhow, I'll go ahead and pull this up.
I already said I'm going to be shy and bashful at first, like I was with Brett when I first met him. A little starstruck.
Get in here.
So Lynette said this was in their chat last night, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
The memorial has been stolen. It happened sometime last night. So she said this in the chat last night. It was the night before. She's claiming it was stolen. Good morning, Mr. Harry. Christy said, holy crap, it was concreted in the ground and they took it. Wow. Lynette said they even took the 2x4 that was cemented into the ground and removed it.
Is that the memorial they said they were gonna make or have bought? Or I thought they were buying one.
That's what I thought too. And Kim, that is the one who they did the memorial for. She said the deputy says they can't do anything about it. And then Bonita blames Travis.
Wow.
Yeah, Heroes said this was all said last night. Thank you, Heroes.
Can you see that?
If you zoom in just a tad more. Okay, no. Lynette says we are taking Harley on a cruise. She'll have her first cruise excitement with her whole new family.
The woman can't even afford to feed themselves and they're going on a cruise. Their house isn't even done being built and they're going on a cruise. Oh my God. And she has the balls to post this in public to the very people that she fleeced for money.
DW, who said Central? Because I've been saying Eastern the whole time. It's 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Right. Jeremy's on my timeline. He's on Eastern the same as I am. So that's where the Eastern comes in.
Yes, we're doing it on Jeremy's time zone, which is Eastern time.
For Georgie, it'll be an hour early or an hour later. Earlier. She'll be
I'm
at
an hour
7.
ahead.
And then Skipper, he will be at 5 o'clock because he's 3 hours behind me. So
yes, he's 2 hours behind me. So 5 o'clock Skipper's time. So Lynette says my constitutional rights have been removed by one person. No, they haven't.
Why were they removed? Why were she's talking about Second Amendment? Why were they removed?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's discuss why you have no gun rights anymore. 1, you stalked a man. 2, you defamed a man online. You harassed a man.
She tried to extort the man.
That part. You have a protective order against you. That is why you have no rights. You do the crime, you pay the time. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Oh, let's not forget she decided to go across state lines and send emails to his mayor in Ohio. One of the biggest nails in her coffin right there. Okay, that turned it from civil local to federal. So yeah, you deserve everything that you brought upon yourself. The one thing nobody ever talks about, nobody on that side ever wants to say, except for it was fraudulent. It was given to him fraudulently.
They have created a new hashtag Voices for Freedom. You are ignorant. You have no freedom because you ran your mouth. You chose to sell your home in Northport, Florida and stalk a YouTuber to his vacation home in Otter Creek. You made those choices.
She can't even copy and paste Voices for Freedoms properly. You'd think that as much as this woman is on social media with her electronics, she would know how to use them better than she does.
And then I'm guessing they were talking about Tat right here because she says it's a fake lie-filled diary of my life. Then she says, what the freaking hell? Is that or is it not perjury?
How is it perjury?
And then she said something about Highway Junction between 19 and 24. And then she says, Chris, the fence is up. The lumber is coming on Thursday, and the rest of the stuff should be coming soon. So what is your brain fart?
So has she actually gotten the permits to do this now? Because last I heard, her permits were all expired.
Hey, maybe we should do a FOIA request and find out if she has permits. If I'm talking louder, it's because Tiny's screaming in the background.
Okay, so this woman is educated on what a freaking dually is. Congratulations to you.
They're talking about Travis's truck in this
Right.
one. Travis has that truck, Lynette says. Harper, why? That's theft and destruction. They're talking about the memorial. This other person says the police are incompetent. That's what the fuck we've been saying for 2 years now. Black Widow, unbelievable. How the H did they lay their head down at night? It's crazy. Jezebel, a big old truck, usually driven by guys with tiny peens, and they hang brass balls off the trailer hitch. What?
Travis's truck is compared to Florida rednecks. Drives a normal everyday pickup. He doesn't have it jacked up in the air. He doesn't have it all pimped out redneck style. It's just a simple,
dually.
ordinary work truck for him.
Yes.
And Jeremy's truck is stock. I mean, it came with a 2-inch lift on it, and he didn't add it. It came like that. So, and by the way, thank you, Iron Man, for sending these nice little nuggets of information. It's greatly appreciated.
We appreciate every single one of y'all that send us stuff like this, because I could not listen to the Fleas or watch their chat without my ears bleeding. So we appreciate y'all for the hookup.
I mean, it would be one thing to sit there trying to defend your friend, the Fleas defending Lynette. It would be one thing to do that based off of truth, but they're trying to defend her based off lies. And truth, fact, she has a restraining order against her for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
A renewable 2-year permanent PPO.
That's renewable at the end of 2 years. So,
yes.
So they're basically saying the judge is stupid. The judge doesn't know what she's talking about. The judge did all of this because she likes Jeremy for some reason. I don't think so. The judge actually did the right thing within the law.
Yes.
And I just don't see how they can defend against that. I mean, no rights were taken. You forfeited your rights when you broke the law.
Rick, we're not talking about permits for the fence, babe. We're talking about because they're supposedly fixing to start building on the barn-dominium, supposedly.
Yeah, the barn-dominium permits went out like a year or so ago.
They have to file for all new permitting for that building. And they have to go through several different inspections throughout the build.
Exactly. I mean, you've got plumbing, you've got electrical, you've got the carpentry aspect of it. There's a whole bunch of stuff they have to go through as that thing is being built. And what I don't get is I thought that now the permitting was back in Otter Creek's hands.
I believe so.
So if it's not okayed by Otter Creek Town Hall, they can go to the county, but at the end of the day, I think Otter Creek has the final say, don't they? I don't know. That would be a question for somebody like Brett. Brett would know. Yeah, Madam Mayor, they would know. Smitty, what's happening? O's who, Smitty? JH O's who?
Bonehead.
Bruce?
Bone Crusher.
Oh, Bone Sucker. How does Jeremy owe Bone Sucker anything?
That
that's
part.
that's crazy. That's good. That's crazy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
James, that was those pictures that was in the hate group was a joke. The folks were making fun of them.
Who?
Lynette and them.
Everybody makes fun of them.
They were someone found pictures online of bad construction, and there was an image of a picture put in back of a sink put in backwards, and they were making fun of Lynette. They was saying that that's how their stuff would turn out. It was funny because it probably will.
That's what I thought, Lemon Honey. I thought that it was extended to 5 years. It started out at 2, and Jeremy stayed up there a little later than he planned on just to get it, make sure it went to 5 years. So I think Lemon Honey is right about that.
She probably is. I was just going off what it said in the new federal lawsuit because that's the freshest thing in my mind.
Oh, was it in there?
Yeah, Randy put that in the lawsuit. So I was just going off what Randy said in that new lawsuit because that's the freshest thing in my mind right now is the newest lawsuit.
Lou, it's 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, young lady. Just to let you know. Once again, thank you, Iron Man, for the screenshots. It is much appreciated. Much appreciated. So did we finish this one?
Miss Shelley sent something to you on Facebook. Yes, so we finished reading this one. What, baby?
Now I got to go back to...
You want a snack? Go get what you want. Or scream at me.
Okay, let's see. She said she sent me something on Messenger, so I'm assuming it's my business page. So I will go there now, people. Yep,
Dennis,
there we go.
Dennis, thank you for that. Under section 553.7923, Florida statutes, electronic permits are permissible and there is no requirement for physical posting on a work site. Thank you, sir, for that. Max Lab, what's up, buddy?
Where you been, kid?
Oh my God, the kids are fighting. The preteen girls scream at each other on a 24/7 basis.
Why don't I do this on my phone? I don't know why I don't. That way I wouldn't have to keep signing in and out. Dang it. Coop, you dumb moron sometimes.
William, no, we have been on stream. However, I will go watch it after we get done. I have a little bit of time to kill before I have to get these kids ready to go out tonight. So, Max, if anything drops tonight, I'm not going to be available after 4 p.m. No, Tim, I didn't. But later on, I'm going to do another tribute. And I'll have Mr. Coop get it to me.
What's that? Oh, you didn't get it? He didn't send it to me. He sent it to you.
He sent it to me? Where?
I don't know. He asked me last night if you got his photos. Is that what y'all are talking about?
Yeah,
I said I assume she did because she's finished her project, so I wasn't sure.
I got all the ones that was sent in my email. Those were all in the video. No, I didn't get it. Thank you, Lou. Lou sent you a super chat.
I'm sorry, I working.
Well, she sent us both one, but she sent you one first.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Chicken nuggets replenished.
Thank you, Lulu.
Was there another? Oh, yep, there's yours or mine, one of ours.
She said the same thing on both, but she made sure we both got one.
Right. One of our super mods. One of our super mods.
Absolutely.
Okay, I was going here and here and here and here. All right.
Good
Now
morning, drummer.
I'll pull that over into the same place. Shapow. Because we still have one more to go on this batch. Are we
Yes, we
done with
do.
this one?
Yes, I am.
All right. So we got to kind of go backwards a little bit. Tell me how big you need it.
That's perfect. Bruce Matskin says, based on a made up premise that we seek to add him as a party. Who? He's not a party, just mentioned as being part of the scheme. They tried to do it to me and now falsely say I'm trying to do it to him. Oh, he read Shockett's new motion. Oh, you know how we are always discussing projection?
Yep.
Look who's using our words. Brucey, I know you're hiding in the shadows. You don't have to hide, you moron.
Well, he's got to hide with my channel because I got him on the no-fly list, so he's gonna have to hide. He's made to hide.
Oh, he's forced to hide. I'm not gonna force
He's
anyone
forced
to hide.
on my channel.
You behave yourself and you're welcome in my chat. I don't care who you are. I don't like you though. But now I know you're watching because you're using words that Coop and I and Skipper use on a regular basis about other people. He says projection and confession. Christy Nunya says, Bruce Maskin, is Shockett stupid? He says at Christy Nunya, among other things.
He's talking to himself. Is
says,
that one of his accounts or is that his old lady's account?
Oh, no, Christy is a completely different person. Her name used to be different, but she changed it to Nunya when Squid figured out that Bruce was behind the Nunya accounts.
Oh, okay.
He says, you need to read the counterclaims. No, you're reading the answer to his claims. Counterclaims are he's literally screaming at Lisa from the chat. Why not just get on the panel? And then he says, no, keep going. It talks about him being a part of the scheme, but does not make him a party. Projection and confession. They tried to add me and falsely accuse me of trying to add him. No, you moron. Every single one of us have read your BS that you type up with ChatGPT. You tried to add Randy in your counterclaim. So he reversed it on you, you big-nosed prick. Well, hello, Mr. Larry. Good morning, sir.
What's up, Larry? We just having fun looking at stupidity in its full view right here.
This is the defense attorney in this case, Mr. Larry, that we've been covering. He's an oxymoron. He says, working on the reply, 5 MSI reps. Then he said, he's talking about Brett in this comment. Stupid Stephen G gave us his depot testimony for free. Had to get out and walk over to see what they said. Oh, dear Jesus. Bubbles. Why are you so ignorant?
See, this no lawyer would go on social media and act this way. This is complete insanity on a defense attorney's part to do shit like this. It's crazy.
And he has the audacity to call Randy stupid, but he does this in public.
Yeah, talk about stupid. When's the last time you seen Randy on social media running his trap like this guy does?
William said, tell us how you really feel, Georgie. I hate this man. I do. I hate this man with a bloody passion.
Oh, I don't
Because
hate him. I found him amusing.
no, I hate him, but I've had my own run-in with him, so there's a reason I hate him. But he amazes me how ignorant he is every time he says stuff.
Now, this is the new one that Miss Shelley just sent me.
Lynette says in this one, technically a new survey was not done, but the pegs were found and remarked. Are you referring to your property line where you claim there was shit in your holes?
Doo-doo in the hole.
And then she says, and the tree with the memorial does not belong on anyone's property but Tina and Brian's. No, you idiot. The tree with the memorial is on Jeremy's property that he bought that used to have the church on it. That is Jeremy's property. Please stop trying to spread lies and ignorance. This is why you're in a lawsuit. This is why you have a protective order against you. Just shut the hell up. Leave the man alone. I can't.
I think that Silver Scam was the best one to keep her reined in with her mouth. You know, once they started allowing her to just openly talk in the chats, was about the stupidest thing they could do. I mean, don't they realize every bit of this stuff is going to be used in court?
Ooh, Mercedes is about to hook us up with some conversation with stats.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but do we need to, are these things that Jeremy doesn't want out there yet? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
if she's the mole and she's over here admitting it to other people, I don't know what these conversations consist of. I've not looked at it. She just said she was about to put it in the chat. Here, Bubba's. Oh,
but I mean,
big ones.
If she is a mole, do we want to blow her out of the water? You know?
No. If it says something like that, then I won't show it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love all the juicy stuff,
bro,
but
your sister is right.
I don't want to, axe the woman's role. But they need to rein themselves in. I mean, you don't see Larry or Randy on social media lapping off at the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't see that. And what Skipper got? How about Silverman is the reason that no lawyer will. Well, I can just about bet that. Oh, and that's another thing. Now this isn't me knowing this for a fact. Skipper knows for a fact that two, not one, but two law firms were contacted by Bubbles seeking legal counsel, seeking an attorney, and both were turned down. He was turned down by both of them. So that is interesting that the Florida lawyers talk and all get along and have put his name out there basically with a black mark on it. So I bet the only lawyer he's going to be able to find will be just as much of an ambulance chaser as he is, if he finds one. DW, what's happening, girl? Holy cow. Man, I feel bad for you, young lady. $50K a month in medication. I couldn't do that. Nope.
That's true, Nancy. The mole's not going to tell you they're the mole. Mercedes, I don't understand those comments. I don't think stats is either. It's in my screenshot folder in the server.
Ouch.
Stats says, I would not think to do that, but the fish is accusing and defaming. They are rotten to the core. I'm guessing she's referring to the fleas.
Right. She called them fish.
Yeah.
That's a new one. I haven't heard them called fish yet. Good morning, Susan.
Maybe
How are
she's
you
saying
today?
they stink like tuna. I don't know. I think salmon smells worse than tuna, but that's just my opinion.
No, salmon's got a strong odor to it. I like tuna. You take tuna steak and you grill it just like you would a ribeye steak, and oh my god, perfect. It's just like eating a steak. Now, salmon, I'll be totally honest. I've never really tried salmon. Mama Coop loves salmon. She absolutely loves it. Me, I don't think I know for a fact I've never tried it. I can't get over that smell. Did you run off on me again, or is Tiny Man going nuts?
I'm right here. I was
Okay.
reading a message.
You squirreling.
The husband
So
messaged me.
where are these things? Oh, you just have them in a private message from Mercedes.
No, they're in the screenshot section of the
Uh,
server.
okay, I got you. I got you. Let's go see what this stuff
Sorry.
says. Whew.
Yeah, I saw that, Miss Karen. That's what we were discussing earlier.
Let's see here.
DW, salmon is good if cooked right. I love salmon patties, and I was trying to learn how to make them like my granddaddy used to make them. And as soon as I opened that can, so I chunked the can outside for the stray cats. Nope. There, since I've had my stomach issues, there is certain smells and tastes that my stomach just nope. There's some nights the husband cooks, and it's not that the food he made isn't good because I love his cooking. There's just certain smells would trigger my stomach, and I'm like, nope, I'm not eating. I will go completely without food for 24 hours because I get sick to the stomach. It sucks. No, my husband texted me to let me know he had to run to Home Depot. And he had to.
Okay, the first one she sent was the same one as the second, but the first one you couldn't see the whole message. The second one you see the whole
Right.
message between the two of them. All right. All right. I see.
The frozen salmon from Sam's. Yeah, my granddaddy always used to can salmon to make salmon patties, and so I was trying to do it the way he did it. And as soon as I opened that can, it was
What?
DOA. Yeet.
All right. All right. There we go.
Good morning, Susie.
All right. So how is the chat doing today? Miss Yoda's in the house.
I agree, Derek. I agree 100%. I like Bubbles incriminating himself in the chat though. That's real bright of you there, Bubbles.
Oh, Miss Yoda. Speaking of which, we had a friend that we used to work with us, or I used to work with, and they took a piece of shrimp, just a regular ordinary shrimp, and they rolled it up in a piece of saran wrap that we wrapped the meat in, and they hid it in his pocket in his jacket. Well, he goes home that day. He just throws his jacket in a pile of clothes and he takes vacation. He's gone for a week to Colorado. He comes home and his room is just reeking. I mean, just reeking. And he had to dig through that pile of clothes and find that jacket. He had the whole house. His mom was pissed. Had the whole house thinking, ow, Blue, stop. Did I lose you?
No, I was listening to you.
But that was he came to work and he was fuming. Of course, nobody owned up to it, but so right there, I can tell you straight up, shrimp, will make your whole house stink when it rots.
Right, Karen? LP took pics of Travis's truck. So now she's not only stalking Jeremy, she's not stalking Travis too.
Those people just don't learn. I don't get it. What? I could understand if they came onto their platform and they showed the court documents and they talked about the court documents as they're supposed to be talked about. But yet they don't. They completely fabricate all their shit. That's just like their community post they put up where they were saying that nobody ever talks about Bubbles wins. He's not won anything. Okay. He might get it might not get denied, but he's literally won nothing. Okay, he can submit 5 pages. Wow, he won something.
Oh my God, I'm glad you brought that up. Those fools were in the group last night talking about, y'all always talk about Bubbles, Bruce's denials, but what about this win? It's not a win, you freaking morons. All he was given was permission to reply.
Which he didn't even
There's
need.
not a win. No, he didn't. Well, yes, technically he did, because once, okay, Bruce filed the motion, and then Randy replied with his opposition, and then it's supposed to be the judge's decision from there. So Bubbles had to ask for permission to reply to the opposition of Randy's.
It's absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, never claimed to be. Matter of fact, I claim to be the exact opposite. But I can see the stupid acts these people are putting forth. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm no attorney, but since being in with everybody that's been covering this case, I've learned a lot.
Well, I'm not going to say I haven't learned. I'm just nowhere near an attorney.
A lot of it takes comprehension skills and common sense.
All right. I'll be right back. Tickles has flown off somewhere, and I don't know where she's at. And Blue's freaking out. He's wanting to know where his woman is at. So I will be right back.
You're good. I got the chat. Yeah, they're trying to say Randy's a felon. They're so ignorant. If Randy was a felon, he would not be able to be an attorney. You know, kind of like how their paint chip boy lost his bar license after becoming a felon. Right, William?
All right. What'd you send me? I thought you sent me something.
No. There's Tickles. Where'd she go?
She likes to get on the floor, and our bedroom door is about 2 inches from the floor, like most bedroom doors. She likes to crawl under the door and go in there where it's dark and chew shit up. And that's where she was. She was under our bedroom door, thinking she was being slick.
He wanted to cause chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, he's yelling at her for running away.
Oh, that's her yelling at him. Leave me alone.
He's like, I missed you. I love you.
Yeah. What do you think? I know if I stick my cheek there long enough, he's going to nip it. And I'll just get away from him.
I got kids fighting. I got cats fighting. You two behave.
Right,
Stop.
Blue?
Jinx, be nice. Don't look at me like that. I'll put you outside.
Oh, did poor Marine jump in? Welcome, brother. Glad to see you back.
Good morning, poor Marine.
Good to see you back.
Oh, Miss Karen, I know. They will grasp at anything they can. So, Coop, on a subject change, what was that stuff you found this morning about bad cops or something about a police not handling a murder scene properly?
Well, we have a Florida teen's disturbing mass shooting plot exposed during a traffic stop. We
Oh, there's
found
that
that one.
one.
Then we found a woman grazed by a bullet in an apparent road rage shooting. Yeah.
Nah.
Then we got they're trying to combat smugglers by pulling out some old tricks. Let's go. Then we have 7 Florida deputies suspended for piss poor performance. I'm looking.
Oh, Yankee, I'm sorry.
What happened?
I woke the baby up. I didn't mean to.
Miami man claims wife detained during ICE raid. Okay. Well, she probably deserved it. Betraying the Badge, episode 4. Wild fugitive police chase. Nope, not that one. Scott, Florida man. Where is it?
Well, hello, Kasha. Was Tat even in Jeremy's area yesterday, or are they just making up?
I don't know. Okay, what was the story that you just riddled off to me?
It was one you said to me this morning when we were piss poor or something or another. You said it was about a murder scene.
Oh, yeah. 7 police deputies suspended for piss poor.
Okay, did I lose Coop? Because it just made it freeze up. Coop. Are we still going? Am I still here? Because Coop's frozen on my end. Yeah. Coopy is frozen. Okay, that's what I was thinking, Kasha. Oh, we lost Coop. It is my show now, apparently, chat. I was just making sure my stuff didn't mess up and I was losing it. Because when he froze up on me, I was like, is this a me problem or a him problem? What's happening here? He's probably rebooting. Let's just hope it lets him back in. I am not singing, Lou. That is not happening. Thank you, poor Marine. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Coop's chat's still going, so. There he is.
Man, I don't know what happened. It had me froze, no internet. I tried reloading, it wouldn't let me reload. I literally had to close out the tab and come into a whole new tab and come in. Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Wow.
I thought it was on my end, and I'm like, wait a minute. I got brand new internet that is used on just me.
And that's what's crazy is we've got also brand new internet. We doubled our speed. And that's the first time that's ever happened. Might be
Oh,
restream because the rest of my stuff was still going. Like our videos and stuff playing over on the other side.
yeah, it
They
was
were
all
still,
still going.
yeah. It was just this one particular
Tap.
window. Yeah.
Weird. Oh,
Restream.
speaking of internet, since that happened, I thought I'd tell you. So, you know how we were doing the 30-day test trial with the Verizon box to see how it would do for my stream?
Right. Right.
Well, being that it's only $65 a month, I get to keep the Verizon box and I'm going to pay for the Verizon out of my YouTube income.
Hey,
And
there we go. There
that
we go.
way I have completely separate internet for our stream. Tickles.
That was loud, girl.
Yeah,
But
that was
yeah,
loud.
I am back. I am back. That sounds good. That sounds real good. That way,
I don't have to share with the kids.
now see, Barb and I were thinking about that, what you're talking about, the box.
Mm-hmm.
And we were thinking about doing that and getting rid of our wired cable.
Mm-hmm.
But being as we were with AT&T and we could never get service, I didn't want to pay for that box, bring it home, and then here I've got a $99 piece of crap as a paperweight
True.
if it didn't work. But now that we have switched over to Spectrum, now we have almost full bars inside the house. So that means whatever company we go with, we have to make sure it's coming from a Verizon tower, which is right behind our house.
Oh, well,
So
then this would work perfectly.
exactly. I mean, we're paying about $114 a month for 3 cell phones that are unlimited and the internet. So if I can get my phones and one of those boxes, maybe thinking about it. But anyway, I'm back.
Dennis, we have Xfinity. My cell phone is with Xfinity, and Xfinity has been screwing us on our bills lately. When we signed up for a promotional thing, and it was supposed to stick. No matter how long we stuck with Xfinity, we were supposed to keep the promotional price, which was like $70 a month, and that was with our security package, which is our Ring doorbell, our cameras, and all that. Well, it has now been running like $300 a month for everything, and I'm like, this is absolute BS. So I figured if I separate my phone and get a separate internet just for my YouTube, it would make things a little bit cheaper on that end. And then I get full internet, don't have to share it with all these other things in the house. The kids' TV, the kids' PlayStation, the husband's PlayStation, living room TV, the living room PlayStation. It's specific. The Verizon box is specifically hardwired to my PC for YouTube.
See, I think that's a big problem with Redneck's internet. His whole house is everything in his house is controlled through the one server. So he has a hard time with his computer being able to stream. That's why he does it a lot of times on his phones, I would imagine. Yeah, when you have a whole house full of stuff, I mean, we're lucky. We only have just the TV that's on our system besides this. But anyhow,
I just got paid.
there you go.
Finally, after fighting with it for 2 weeks, trying to get it. Well, not 2 weeks. For the last week, I've been fighting with AdSense.
Oh, you remember I told you that I wound up getting mine? I didn't. I was $4 and some change shy of the minimum. So,
Are you serious?
yep. What it was when I told you that, it went from one to another. What it was is it was counting a couple of days into the new month they had put on there. So that's why it
Wow.
said, and I'm like, well, it's all right though, because it just means next month will be a lot higher.
Yeah, it'll just add up for each
Right.
one.
Mama, what's happening, girl? She's got orientation today. So,
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Xfinity raised their prices last month. They doubled everything. They've got decent service, but not enough that I would want to keep it if I didn't have to.
right on. Well, I mean, we were paying right around $250 a month, pretty close to that, for 2 cell phones, unlimited through AT&T. And our
Oh, mama.
service sucked. What?
Mama got her block unlocked.
All right. Oh, okay, guys. If you ever lock your phone up when you're trying to change your SIM card from one company to another, don't even fight with anybody. Just go straight to the FCC and file a claim, because the FCC opened a case on AT&T, and that's what moved it like that, like that. So fantastic. Mama's got her phone unlocked now. Because see, the third phone that we have, Spectrum gave to us. It's like a, I don't know what it's for. Anyway, it's not like her phone. Her phone is an S24 Plus. It's a lot better than the one that they gave us. So she opened that case, and AT&T president of AT&T called her himself. They wanted that case dropped. So if you have any problems with your cell phone provider and they will not talk to you or they will not fix the problem, file a case with the FCC. I guarantee they'll be knocking on your door saying, hey, what can I do to help you?
Mm-hmm. I'm glad Mama was finally able to get her phone undone, though.
Yes. Hey, you two, calm down.
Right? They're right in my ear.
Yeah, they're right. She's wanting to be left alone, and he's down there.
Wanting to love her.
Yeah, I mean,
So now they're arguing.
it's funny. She's got her head laying on my arm, right?
Yeah.
And he don't want that. So he's putting his head underneath her, in between my arm and her, forcing her to love on him. He's jealous shit. He's just jealous. Absolutely jealous. Let's see if I can snap that. That'll be.
And Dennis, you're right. Xfinity is very finicky. We have had nothing but issues out of it since we had it. But I mean, it works for what, with the kids playing their games and whatnot. It works fine for that, but it does not keep up with us streaming. Me having to work in the background while streaming, editing videos is constantly glitching. I'm always screaming at the stupid internet. But since he hardwired this Verizon box to the PC, ain't lagged one bit.
Right. See, that's what I think's going on with poor Daniel. I think one is his internet, and two, he's having the same problems that you and I had with the old computers.
Yep.
And, he's wanting to play his video and he can't because his computer can't handle it.
That's what I think too, because his is doing like ours did when we used to try to share videos and stuff
Right.
when we first started.
I told him to start a GoFundMe or Give Send Go, for a new PC, and we would share it. And I don't know if he ever did or not.
He could actually get one for a really decent price on Amazon.
Right.
If
He said
if he's
he was looking at some on Amazon. I think he found one, he said, for like $200 and something. It wasn't that expensive.
It's not bad. I mean, with what he's doing, it could also, StreamYard sucks too, so. But I'm betting on it being the PC he's using. Because when me and you both upgraded at the same time, a couple days apart we upgraded. You got yours and then I got mine.
Right.
So when we both upgraded, our streams have been amazing ever since.
I mean, I've had a few hiccups with the new internet, but I think I sent you a test the other day where I was getting like 800 and something download and like 38 something upload. It was doing
Mm-hmm.
really good. But with anything new, it's going to be uh, a little glitchy till it gets everything gets broke in. Let's see. I'll put these.
Awesome, Kasha. See, if we were still living in Lincoln County, we're now in Franklin County. But if we were still in Lincoln County, the internet we had at our old house, we had fiber through our electric company, and it was the best internet I have ever had. And I wished our electric company in our new town had that kind of internet because it's A1, so much better than any of this other crap on the market.
Yeah, buddy.
I think we had issues one time with our internet at our old house, but it wasn't because of the company. It was because our Wi-Fi gateway, we had to buy a separate Wi-Fi mod from the internet thing. And our Wi-Fi thingy went out and we had to replace that. But look at them babies. She's like, I just want to snuggle with dad.
Yeah, she loves to sit there and do that, and then he gets jealous. And he was literally, she was turned the other direction a while ago, and he was where she's at now. And he was just nudging his head right under, in between her head and my arm, saying, "No, you can't hang with dad."
As we were just talking about internet, Cynthia said her internet went down.
That
Is that
sucks.
Daisy?
Yeah, she's growling at something. Daisy, what's wrong? There's nobody here. You all right? You're okay.
It is a beautiful 61 degrees this afternoon.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at how cold it is today, or warm, or whatever.
Oh, I
Wait,
need
how
to
much?
look.
What'd you say it was?
61 here. Are you serious?
63 here, and nasty outside. The high today is supposed to be 70 by 5 o'clock.
I gotta look at the forecast for next week for Panama.
Well, I know here in Central Florida, all the lows are going to be into the 50s. All the highs are going to be 71, 79, 79, 77. But that's till Monday. I don't know what it is after Monday. That's this week.
Yeah, I need Sunday through Sunday.
So with those temperatures, it'll probably be about 5, maybe 10 degrees cooler up there than it will be down here. So, oh, Lilo, she gave them an earful. She fought with them like crazy. Matter of fact, did you see her comment, Georgie?
Hmm.
She got a call from the president of AT&T today and the FCC.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because see, AT&T had to go to Samsung to get the numbers to unlock her phone so they could give her the right numbers to unlock the SIM card part of it. And that the president of the company said that's the reason why it was taking so long, because they had to wait on Samsung. Okay, well, let's just go file an FCC against Samsung and see how that plays out. But anywho, back to what I was doing before I got Buddha scooted out of the
So Sunday in Panama, it will be 71. Monday in Panama, 69. Tuesday, 72. Wednesday, 71. Thursday, 67. Friday, 68. Saturday, 68. Sunday would be the coldest day, and that's the day we're leaving. So I can deal with that. As long as I get a few pretty days on the beach, I'm happy.
Oh, so now you're fighting with Spectrum? I guess that's going to be something else I'm learning on here. All right. So, do we want to get on with the triple homicide case?
Mama said the guy lied to her about the price and the so-called free phone. And she said that Spectrum got her temper.
Oh, when it comes to money, you don't want to mess with Mama's money.
I'm the same way. The husband's like, calm down. No, they're messing with my money.
That's the one thing I hate about big corporations, especially on like providing a service like the internet and stuff like that. They'll tell you one thing, and then when you get that bill, it's completely different.
They make all these promises to get you to sign up, and then they throw in all these extra fees and bullshit.
Well, see, I asked her, why are we getting a free phone? We just need our phones put over to Spectrum. She said, oh, it's part of the package. It's part of the package. Now they're saying that the free phone is not part of the package. Well, I'm not paying for something I don't need. I mean, her and I got good phones. Mine's a 23. Hers is a 24. They're practically new. But anywho, that's how that goes.
All I know is I'm going to be pissed if I just spend all this money for a condo and I get down there and it's going to be ugly all week next week. What in the heck is that?
This is the triple homicide.
That MFer right there ain't real. Look at that man. He looks like an alien. I quoted, you remember the woman on the airplane where she was freaking out and she was claiming some dude in the back of the plane wasn't real? And they had to remove her from the plane because she was freaking out.
Okay.
That's where that quote I just said came from, was her saying, that motherfucker back there is not real. And that cop made me think of that for some reason because he looks like an alien.
But this is the sheriff up there in that county. I can't remember where it's from. I'll go see. I'm pretty sure they'll tell us where it's from.
7 Florida deputies suspended for piss poor performance during a triple murder case.
Broward County. That's Madam Mayor's stomping grounds. Broward County. There's always crazy stuff going down.
Why are we surprised though? The amount of stuff you and I have found in the last couple of weeks about Broward County. We'll find all of our drama and stuff in Broward. "47 degrees," Reese said. In Michigan?
Hey, baby girl. Well, why are we going to pay $5 a month for a phone that we don't need?
That's how they got my husband with Xfinity, though, Mama. They told him that I was getting my phone free and that I'd only be paying my monthly payment on my phone. But now they're charging me $6 and some change a month for my phone, and I have the A16.
That's the phone that they gave us.
Yeah. That's when you told me what it was, I was like, that's what I have. I hate this thing.
All right. You ready to get into this triple homicide, girl?
Yeah, let's see what the alien says.
All right, let's see what the triple homicide's about. Now, this happened like 5 days ago.
Yeah, this is recent.
That may have occurred in the investigative process from the patrol standpoint and within the Detective Bureau assigned out in Tamarack. And that's why we're here. We're here to give you some clarity. For many of you in the room, you've been with me in this room for the last 6 years. And if you think back to 2019, one of the things I told this community was that when I know, they will know. And that this agency will remain a transparent and accountable organization, not just when we're doing things great, but when we come up short. And I'm going to start with that. It is clear, based on the preliminary information I've been able to acquire so far from our investigators within the Office of Inspector General and Internal Affairs, we fell short on this one. We fell short in a response in terms of how some of the patrol personnel had documented certain facts related to calls going back to December. It's clear that some of the investigative practices conducted by detectives was also a shortfall. And so as we're continuing to gather more facts on this, I'm going to end up back in front of this camera. Make no mistake about it. Because I want to make sure this community continues to trust us and know that when we get this stuff wrong, people are going to be held accountable, and I'm going to step up and own every bit of it. So that's where we are at with this. Currently, there are 7 members, 7 total, that had some involvement with this investigation that are out on suspension right now on administrative leave until we can come to a final course of action in terms of this investigation. 1 is a lieutenant, 2 sergeants, and 4 deputies. Again, that's 1 lieutenant, 2 sergeants, 4 deputies. If you need names and things of that nature, you can get that from Vita after the conference. This is as short as I can get, and I'll roll over, and I think it's probably going to be more appropriate to take a few questions if I can. Keep in mind, I cannot disclose or start talking about the homicide investigation, and there's minimum things that I can present in terms of the internal affairs. We'll start here.
Sheriff, we have been told that Mary Dingle sought help from the Tamarack unit and that little was offered. How do you respond to that?
I think that is an accurate assessment and that we could have done more from what I've been able to analyze. I'll start with some of the first things that I've been able to witness and look at. From the original call for service that occurred back in October, because we're going way back, folks. We're not just looking at isolated incidents. We have a robust list of all the calls for services that occurred at that site location, either coming from the husband or coming from the wife or any other member that had any concern. What I witnessed in October, the first call that came out was related to a tracker. I saw some of your stories. You're accurate in that assessment. It's clear that we probably could have done more in that element, and that's what we're looking at in terms of what the deputies' responsibilities were at that time. These aren't shortcomings of policies, procedures, training, or equipment. For my assessment, this is really just a shortcoming of performance, whether it be complacency, not taking a greater interest, and not doing their due diligence to make sure that they're documenting everything in an accurate manner so that when it does arrive in the investigator's hand, they have a comprehensive report that will allow them to make better judgment and decisions. That's one start. The second aspect is the call in December that we had where a deputy went out to the scene and spent 35 minutes and 34 seconds, because I watched every bit of it on a body-worn camera, assessing and talking to the victim, talking to Mary, gathering information from her. And it was very robust in terms of the threat spectrum that exists, the totality of times that she had made related to, I fear that he's going to kill me, etc. And at that time, based on the evidence and things that were presented, there was enough there where we could have potentially pursued a probable cause affidavit so we can arrest him and take him off the street. And that didn't happen. We know that. The other elements that I'll be able to talk a little bit about is when this case finally made it to the assigned detective in the district. We're looking at that. There has been a multitude of shortcomings from my perspective that I know from being an investigator, having worked cases where things could have been done a lot better and they were not done. And so that's why I prompted and called for this internal affairs investigation, because on the surface, just seeing some of the things we found in the first couple hours, remember 24 hours, we were already looking into this. It was clear that no, we're going to have to address this one. We have to come to the public and let them know what the hell happened.
Sergeant Travis, right here. The patrol issue, Sergeant Travis Allen, who witnessed the suspect and the kidnapped child at that point, walking right past the patrol car, 4 houses from the scene of the crime, knowing shots had been fired, knowing people were calling all over. Is that not an active shooter situation when you know the shooting is occurring and you see a stranger, and he even says, it's unknown if it's related, I just find it kind of odd to walk around this time in the morning and she has no shoes on. Kind of odd, and he lets her go? Well,
I can tell you this. You mentioned Sergeant Allen, correct? He is also one that's currently suspended, and we're examining the totality of it. So for going back to the clarity, you asked one question that had 2 parts. The first part, no, it's not an active shooter incident. The way we classify active shooter incidents across this country under Department of Homeland Security protocols and the FBI, that would not qualify. The individual conducted a homicide, and then he stalked additional victims and killed them independently, but there wasn't an open air environment where he's actively shooting at random people that has no participating role in that particular criminal pattern that he took. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Here.
But what about his behavior? What about his performance there where the guy's walking by? Still a suspicious person.
The entire performance protocols is what we're looking at, and I don't want to jump ahead of this. Let me get to this real quick. There will be people that will lose their job over this. And I'm focused on making sure that they don't win a damn arbitration, because that happens too repeatedly in this profession where individuals out in other states, after I fire someone, determine that they want this person back in our county and in this community. I've dealt with that numerous times throughout my career here as a sheriff. And so I don't want to put out any information about the standing of this investigation, because when I have to make the final decision that members are going to be terminated, I don't want them back here.
Sheriff, is it safe to say that these 7 suspensions don't necessarily have to do with this specific incident that happened over this weekend, but as you mentioned, dating back all the way to October?
Roy, you bring thank you. That's a very good point, okay? I hate that we have to talk about the shortcomings, because our tactical team out there, our SWAT team, did a remarkable job on the hostage rescue and saving that young kid's life and making sure it didn't escalate to a potential active shooter in any other environment. But
You're telling me there was stuff going on since October and you're just now catching it and doing something about it when something else happens?
Oh, I'd say they've probably been doing something about it since before then. It's just now they're doing a press release on it. But, you know, they always talk about bad cops getting away with stuff. This guy's literally holding them accountable. And he's going farther by saying, you're not coming back. I'm going to make sure and go this distance to make sure you don't come back.
Yeah, he said if it comes to that, he will make sure that they are gone for good and they won't be back.
My thing is, if they did something bad enough to get fired, it should be bad enough to be prosecuted for. Yeah. And at the very least, have their law, whatever it is they have, pulled to where they cannot serve as a police officer anywhere. And that's the bad thing. Like, these guys will get fired if they don't pull their police certificate or whatever it is. They can just go to another county and get a job. Well, now the problem is moving from this county to another county. So yeah, I mean, I say hit them with everything you can hit them with.
Yeah.
But we can't highlight that when I know there's other shortcomings. And because of those other shortcomings, it forced me to go far back as we can from the first few calls of service that came in. And as we're analyzing every single one of those calls, going over a year ago, we're starting to see things that where we probably should have done better.
Sheriff, do you know where his gun's taken away? According to one of the documents, they were given to BSO. Do you know if the guns remained in BSO custody, or were his weapons ever returned?
Let me backtrack a little bit. Early on, there was a call for service in which we were able to come out there and seize all the weapons for an injunction violation. Then there was a second call for service that came out after the injunction was basically null and void because of the victim had elected to go in that path. And then those guns were returnable in the sense that he had the right to receive them. And then this rose into how many more other calls for services did he receive since the second time since he received his weapons back, and whether or not there was enough evidence there for us to take him a second time and a third time or retain those weapons to keep him out of his hands.
The order said they should be turned to him. The second injunction, sought December 30th and issued and served to him on January 8th, said the weapons must be turned over to the sheriffs as well as the CWP.
Again, we did not collect any of those weapons that I have in front of me right now in terms of the second injunction, but this is within this investigation. I want to know, why didn't we do it? Who was the detective assigned? Did they file the proper paperwork with the courts? These are all the processes that we're looking at, and like I said, if we have to do a round 2 or 3 of this, we most certainly are going to do it and tell the community what they need to hear. Where are we at? Let me go here, here, and then there.
2 parts. We received one document also where there was just sort of as an aside, it said, father appeared to know the officers. Is that part of your investigation? And then past that?
I can tell you what I've witnessed so far. This isn't a matter of a relationship element or a deputy showing favor. This is just a matter of what I've seen of piss poor performance, complacency, and people not doing their due diligence to ensure that all the checks and balances that we put in place in this agency over the last 6 years, we have stopped several active shooter incidents. We've investigated over 5,000 cases. We divert over 2,500 individuals towards mental health care. We created a threat management division that works 24/7, 365. So there's enough resources in this agency to support every single law enforcement officer across this entire county beyond BSO, because we have supported and investigated hundreds of cases in Fort Lauderdale and Coconut Creek and Margate. And so it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating for me to have to stand here and witness this and know that we're an organization who has had our trials, from one active shooter event to the airport to Stoneman Douglas to one tragedy after the next. And this administration, we put forth everything necessary to be successful. And it's inexcusable that individuals fail to perform their job. And it's not an excuse within anything from administration to policies to protocols to training. It's just bullshit work by other officers.
Woo, bullshit work.
What work could she have done, and what would you say to other women who are in fear and wonder, if she couldn't get the help she needed, what can I do?
Look, I don't want the public to lose faith that we can't do this when we're handling thousands and thousands of calls per service. We were over 700,000 calls per services every year just in our law enforcement division. That is an indicator.
Now, is this a young Grady Judd in the training?
He's definitely a take no shit type of. This wasn't what I was expecting when you first played this video. That's for sure.
I mean, this is one of the worst counties in Florida as far as crime and politics goes. I mean, it's pretty bad down there. You hear about them in the news all the time about something, but for him to actually start calling people
I broke Coop.
He keeps talking about making these guys accountable for their actions. You know, he wants answers. Well, that to me is the sign of a good sheriff. You know, he's not just raking it under the rug and saying, "Oh, it'd be all right."
Yeah, you can tell he's a very take no shit boss man.
I'm interested to see the backstory on this. Did somebody complain, or is he just doing this because he didn't like what he saw?
That's very possible, because the way it sounded at the beginning, he noticed things with this investigation, for this homicide investigation, that wasn't adding up. So
now, guys, the triple homicide's not what we're trying to talk about here. We're talking about the fact that he's making these guys accountable for their actions. And
the 7 deputies that are suspended right now.
But but him getting a little cursy was a refreshing change from what you usually see. Usually these sheriffs don't use the bad language.
That we're going to be successful handling our cases. So to the public, to the community, to those mothers and women out there who think that we're going to drop the ball and this is a consistent pattern, know this: when we rectify this situation, I'm going to send the fear of God amongst this entire agency to make damn sure we don't do this again. Because this death is on my watch. It's on my watch. I'm the sheriff of this county. I'm responsible. 2 times this community voted me in this office because of the way I perform, because I hold people accountable. I've terminated over 75 employees since I've been here, investigated the whole agency under the PPP scandal. I'm not shy away from holding us accountable. I'm not shy about taking an aggressive tone when we fail. There's 2 million people in this county that are counting on us every day to do our job. I fight for the funding, I fight for the equipment, now they have to fight for this community and perform, or they're not going to survive here. Terrell.
So, just for the record, how many administrative leaves for these deputies are tied to this past weekend?
You notice you can see his emotions. He's literally angry.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Just imagine, the kind of stress and scrutiny that he's under to make sure that good cops are on the street and bad cops are off. That, I don't think I could handle that kind of pressure. I mean, he's going up against the whole blue wall trying to get rid of the bad apples.
Okay, Miss Cynthia, this is the sheriff of Broward County, Florida. He had to put 7 of his deputies in suspension due to bad performance during a homicide investigation. And he's doing a press release on the suspension of his deputies.
Right on, right on. That's what he's doing.
And I agree with you. Sounds an awful lot like Mr. Judd.
Yep, he's a younger version. I think by the time he gets up to be Grady's age, if he
We
keeps following this path, he's going to be awesome.
we need more sheriffs in this entire country, not just Florida, this entire country that are like Grady Judd.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. All right.
One, and then two, was there a delay in finding any of the victims on the morning that this happened? And then three, any of the shortcomings tied to this Amber Alert, could this Amber Alert have been avoided if these shortcomings?
No, I'll start and work backwards. So the Amber Alert, I didn't see any issues there. If something comes up over the next couple of days as our investigators are analyzing this more, we'll come back and talk about it. But on the surface, that was not an issue. As far as the shortcoming, all seven, this is related to the most recent call for service going back from going back from October, December 29th, and of course our response going out there on the tragic day. You had one other in the middle and I lost it. What was your second one?
Was there a delay in finding any of the victims on the morning that this happened?
I think there was somewhat of a delay in terms of finding them, but the discovery aspect, if you look at it, she was fearful, she was running for her life, she's going from one spot location to the next, so that takes time to be able to discover exactly where is the incident location, where is the final resting place, unfortunately, for the victim. That, I'm not going to micromanage that, right? There's some things that just take time, that's just the nature of doing business. But what I won't shy away from is the shortcomings in terms of investigative practices at the officer level and the detective level. And by the way, this investigation will include every single administrator from the captain to district commander all the way down. No one is going to get a pass on this. And if anyone falls short, they will not survive this.
Sheriff, you gave a message to the community and to women. Do you have a message for the families?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a devastating time for them. And it's hard to stand here non-emotional, and forgive the profanity that I dropped momentarily. It's very difficult because I hold these people close to my heart when they die. I read every report. I look at every single tragedy. And I'm a human being like everyone else in this room. And when I know we could have done better and we didn't do better, and this wasn't a matter of not properly funded or all these other things that historically has just failed this community, this isn't it. This is just individuals not doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm regrettably sorry to bring that to this family because they're hearing this right now. And it doesn't bring any solace to them, it only hurts them even more. Because I'm basically saying we had a chance to save your loved one's life and we failed.
You talked about.
Oh, wait a minute. So that's why they're suspended.
What's that?
He just said that they had a chance to save those lives and the deputies failed.
Yeah, okay, I got it now. What it was is apparently when they were investigating this, they didn't collect all the firearms, and it sounds to me like some of the firearms they missed were used to commit crimes. That's what it sounds like to me. Is that what you're getting at?
No, I heard him say something to the point. Go back about 10 seconds.
Bring any solace to them, it only hurts them even more. Because I'm basically saying we had a chance to save your loved one's life and we failed.
See what I mean?
Yeah, so he's talking about the homicide victims.
Right. If the police had collected what they were supposed to collect during their investigation, maybe the person wouldn't have got unalived.
The people. Okay, I thought he was referring to they were getting there on the scene and they didn't do their jobs properly, which is what caused them to be deceased. I might have took that the wrong way, but I was thinking it was the deputies on scene didn't do their job to save the people that were shot.
Right.
Which is why they're deceased. Like, yeah, they got shot, but there was that little split second there that they could have done the right thing to save them.
Well, going back into the video, I remember him talking about there was evidence, firearms that were supposed to be confiscated and weren't, back close to the beginning. And I'm assuming because they didn't collect those firearms at the time of the investigation, that's what caused these people to get unalived. Let's see what else he has to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up
You
this.
talked about 2 specific calls of service incidents. Do you know about how many are average?
One more, you broke up a little
You
bit.
talked about 2 specific calls of incident situations. Do you know how many calls of incidents you guys have received from the home or the victim in totality?
No, but that'll be part of the overall investigation. I can tell you, looking at the notes and bullet points that came through, it looked like dozens of calls for services over a span of a couple years, where it's just been one conflict after the next, whether the husband's reporting the wife, now she's reporting him, and so on and so forth. But it is a robust amount of calls for service. Abnormal.
Could you please clarify?
Okay, pause.
Oh, there you go.
I just found another news article. So what he's saying by they fell short is it was a domestic violence case that has been going on for months, and the officers that was placed on leave did not do their job to protect the spouse that was reporting the other spouse.
Now, does that sound familiar?
It's yet again another domestic violence situation.
So when is Levy County going to step up and do their job to protect Jeremy and George? Are they going to wait until one of them has been seriously injured or hurt?
Or it comes to a situation like this?
Exactly. Exactly. Because you think that sheriff up there is going to do what this sheriff's doing? Nope. Nope.
So when he said that about we had the chance to save your loved one, but we failed, he's referring to the fact that there was multiple calls on this case before it came to this, and the deputies did not do their job to protect that woman and those other 2 that was killed.
Just like Levy County.
Wow.
Very familiar. Very familiar.
You want to see the man that image of triple homicide in Broward County. Let me make sure this is right. I'm pretty sure it is.
We'll put his little skeeter butt up here after we're done with this video. I want to see what else he's got to say. So you dig while we play.
How he had the guns, when the guns were taken, when they were given back, and were the guns that he used or the gun on Sunday morning
I honestly couldn't answer all that because we're running 2 things here, right? There's a homicide investigation that have to get all the factual elements together related to weapons used, crime scene, all those different complexities. So I don't want to navigate into that realm. And then the second side of it is that you talked about was whether or not when we issued the guns back, there's a timeline that was assessed on. And it was in compliance with the courts, right? I know our general counsel was involved in that. There was, information going back and forth as to whether or not we can release the weapons, should we release them, and at the end of the day, we had the legal obligation to return those weapons back.
But when does policy say you take them back after the second injunction?
There's a lot of varying things there, right? It's not a policy element in terms of when you take it back, because when we do our risk protection orders and we're following these things, the courts are also involved in that process, right? So the biggest thing I look at is, did we follow all the procedural elements to submit this one in a timely manner? Was the document in which we submitted comprehensive enough where a judge, whether it be a warrant or anything else, would analyze it and look at it and say, this is still enough, let's move forward? And I don't see that.
This case that he is talking about, a man murdered his wife, her father, and one of their neighbors in front of his 4-year-old daughter.
And the fact that they took his guns and gave them back.
Sound familiar?
Yep.
And this just happened.
Did they not confiscate Crook's firearms? Yes, they did.
And they give it back.
Well, I'm assuming they gave them back. This man is he's escalating. It's going to get to a point to where just pulling a pistol on somebody is not going to be enough. There's going to be a point where he's going to actually fire the thing.
Oh, we got more what the hell stuff too.
That happening. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to wait for my investigators to come forth and bring me another information.
Sorry, was a risk protection order filed, or should it have been?
That you're going through theoretical hypotheticals, right? I have to get the facts lined up first before I can make a decision and tell you with 1,000% certainty, yes, it should have. When my investigators come to me and they say, yep, Sheriff, X, Y, and Z should have been done, it wasn't done, then I'll have a better answer for you. I'll take one more. I saw something over here maybe. Any names, information, stuff like that you need, Vita will give you guys a printout for it. And like I said, if we have to come back, we'll come back. To the community, I just want to leave them with some level of assurance, just letting them know that we understand where our shortcomings were in this incident and that we're going to get them right. Thank you.
All right.
While you're showing that, I'm trying to redact this stuff. There's a lot of addresses listed on this stuff. And
what are you trying to show? The guy's picture?
Oh, there's that too, but I was redacting the stuff that we just got from the Hells case.
Oh.
Okay. So I have the news article for the homicide. Share.
Make sure and post the link to that in your chat. So if somebody wants to go look at
the homicide.
Yeah, the whole article there.
I will. Is it up?
Yeah.
Okay, let me zoom it in. So it says, man who allegedly unalived wife, her father, and neighbor, nothing but a coward. Nathan Gingles, 43, is facing 3 first-degree murder charges along with kidnapping, child abuse, child neglect, burglary, and interference with custody following the Sunday morning rampage. Are you kidding me? God, this sounds so familiar. A family member of a woman and her father who were unalived in a horrific triple murder in Tamarack. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah.
Neighborhood called the man accused of killing them a coward. A family member of a woman and her father who were unalived in horrific triple homicide in Tamarack called the man accused of killing them a coward. Nathan Gingles, 43, is facing 3 first-degree murder charges along with kidnapping, child abuse, child neglect, burglary, and interference with custody following the Sunday morning rampage. Broward Sheriff's Office officials said Gingles is accused of gunning down his estranged wife, 34-year-old Mary Gingles, her father, 64-year-old David Ponzer, and their neighbor, 36-year-old Andrew Farron on North Plum Bay Parkway. Okay, so this is the lady that was unalived. That's her father, and that's the neighbor.
Dang.
Ponzer's brother, Frank Ponzer, spoke with NBC6 by phone Wednesday, saying he hasn't slept in days and the entire family is devastated. According to an arrest warrant, Nathan Gingles shot and unalived David Ponzer as he was having a cup of coffee on the back patio of his daughter's home. He then pursued his estranged wife and shot and unalived her in a neighbor's home while also unaliving the neighbor. Farron, the warrant said. The shocking killings were committed in front of the Gingles' 4-year-old daughter, the warrant said. Not only did he lose his brother, Frank Ponzer lost his niece in what he called a cowardly act. He stalked them and ambushed David like a coward. Nathan is a coward, and how he acts, he's not a man at all. Nothing but a coward, Frank Ponzer said. Oh, he looks like a sorry sack of... That's him.
Poo.
Look at him. He just looks like a piece of
Yeah.
Court records show Mary and Nathan Gingles were going through a contentious divorce. She had obtained 2 domestic violence injunctions against him and said he had threatened to unalive her. On Wednesday, Broward Sheriff Gregory Toney announced that 7 BSO employees were placed on leave amid an investigation into the murders and the events leading up to it. Frank Ponzer said his brother had moved from Missouri to Tamarack 2 months ago to stay with his daughter and protect her from Nathan Gingles. It's a complete nightmare and disbelief that this could have happened with all the police reports in place and the things that should have happened that could have protected David, my brother, and Mary, my niece, Frank Ponzer said. Nathan Gingles was found with his daughter hours after the killing, after an Amber Alert was issued for the girl. So he kidnapped his own child. He was being held without bond. Broward jail records showed he appeared in family court Monday, where he was ordered to have no contact with his daughter.
Craziness.
Oh, there's video.
Tonight, we continue to learn more on that tragedy in Tamarack. You're looking at surveillance video where you can actually hear gunshots.
The suspect went before a judge today. He is now facing even more charges. NBC6 reporter Ari Yatzer is live from Tamarack with the very latest for us. Ari.
Yeah, Juwan, Nathan Gingles is facing a long list of felonies, from murder to violating a restraining order to child abuse. And here's the thing. Mary Gingles did everything she could. She had a restraining order out against her estranged husband. Obviously, it didn't prevent this horrific violence. And BSO says it started Sunday morning when Gingles showed up at her father-in-law's house, his father-in-law's house right over here, his wife's father's house. Ended up, they say, shooting him in the head at point-blank range while he was having a cup of coffee. Then he pursued his terrified wife across the street. She went door to door trying to find some safety. Ended up walking into this house where somebody opened the door for her, but police say Gingles followed inside and emptied multiple rounds at both of them inside the house.
Sir, you're charged with 3 counts premeditated murder.
None of it was a surprise to Nathan Gingles. He knows the charges against him, that he murdered his wife, Mary Gingles, her father, David Ponzer, and Andrew Farron, the neighbor who was just trying to help.
The system failed this woman, and the overflow of that failure landed on us, landed on a gentle soul who love life.
Oh, you can hear it.
Down the street captured the sound of gunshots, and then a few seconds later, a woman screaming. It's an audio record of the horror unfolding a few doors down. And then you see Nathan Gingles walking away with his daughter. Those footprints show where Gingles, with his daughter in tow, methodically followed Mary Gingles as she ran house to house, desperately looking for safety. Andrew Farron's uncle describes what he saw on another security camera video.
A soldier in action. It was methodical. The way that the woman was terrified and running, and the way that he had this controlled, fast style pace, but totally in control, like a predator who was playing with its prey. You could feel the terror that was in this poor woman's mind and heart.
George David counted 10 bullet casings inside his brother's house. As neighbors pay tribute, he can't unsee the aftermath of murder.
I can't let that be the thing that defines my memory of my nephew.
Wow.
Video that George David was describing comes from the security camera at the house next door to his brother's house. We haven't seen it, but what he describes matches the arrest warrant for Nathan Gingles. And one of the things he said you can see or hear on that video is 4-year-old Seraphine Gingles saying, "Daddy, stop. Daddy, stop." The little girl actually witnessed her grandfather and her mom being murdered. We're live in Tamarack. Ari Yatzer, NBC6.
Wow. To put a child through that is absolutely insane.
It's disgusting. And that's just yet again Florida failing someone else with a protection order.
Hello, Chris from the UK. Welcome aboard. And hey, welcome aboard to all the new people I see in the chat today.
Welcome in, everybody.
Chris did have a question. Why wasn't Crook added to the list of individuals for damages?
I thought he was.
As a matter of fact, I never saw him singled out unless it's Michelle and him together.
Let's see. Lynette, John, Bruce, Lisa.
I mean, where they start
Patty.
talking about each individual person's money that they're going to have, they're suing them for.
They're probably lumping them in together because they're a couple.
Right. Michelle and Crook are probably in the same $300,000 price tag that they're suing for. Wow. So what did you get in from the Maxi Lab?
I'm working on redacting it now. It's basically just notice of service. So far, only a couple.
Oh, so who's been served?
Yeah, so far only a couple have been served, and they have to turn in proof of service.
I love the fact that they can do it by email now.
All right.
I mean, I always thought that you had to literally walk up and hand somebody the paper, but now they can do it by email. And from what Jeremy said, when she slammed the door on the process server, that's probably basically served because he just left the paper with her. Just left it right there on the doorstep, I guess.
She acknowledged that she was who they were looking for, and he could just leave it because she told him she is such and such. Okay, so let me share that.
Johnny D, Mike Arthur, Skipper from Veteran Nations, Georgie, and myself will be talking with Jeremy on financial stuff on Wednesday night.
Tomorrow night.
Yep, Wednesday night.
United States District Court for the Northern District of Florida. Jeremy Brown Hells v. Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, Alexis Preston, John Cook, Bruce P. Maxkin, Lisa Weeks, a.k.a. Lisa Rapuzzi, Marla Hughes, Patty Plummer, and everybody else. 2, defendant's name and address. David, Stupid Dave. A lawsuit has been filed against you within 21 days after service of this summons on you, not counting the day you are 21 days after service of this summons on you, not counting the day you received it, or 60 days if you are the United States or a United States agency or an officer or employee of the United States described in Fed R. Civ P12A2 or 3, you must serve on the plaintiff an answer to the attached complaint or a motion under Rule 12 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. The answer or motion must be served on the plaintiff or plaintiff's attorney, whose name and address are. Let me zoom out some. So, this one is to Stupid Dave. If you fail to respond, judgment by default will be entered against you for the relief demanded in complaint. You also must file your answer or motion with the court.
Oh, wow. So if they just try and blow it off, Jeremy automatically wins.
Yes. This is what they have to fill out and turn in.
Get your lawyers, boys.
This is what we call fuck around and find out, buddies.
I bet Stupid Dave's head is just fuming.
Here's the summons in a civil action against Helm, A lawsuit has been filed against you within 21 days after service of the summons on you, not counting the day you received it, or 60 days if you aren't United States or United States agency, an officer or employee of the United States described in Fed R. Civ. You must serve on the plaintiff an answer to the attached complaint or a motion under Rule 12 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. The answer or motion must be served on the plaintiff or plaintiff's attorney whose name and address are. If you fail to respond, judgment by default will be entered against you for the relief demanded in the complaint. You also must file your answer or motion with the court. Proof of service. This has to be filled out.
So these are the guys that's already been served.
Yes. So I'm curious, since they're watching us in the background, the day that we let them know there's a new lawsuit and they're the ones named in it, they already are acknowledged that they're being sued because they said it that same night. We released it. They talked about it after we said it and Chizzy said it.
Oh, most definitely.
They already acknowledged that Jeremy was suing them even before they got served. So they've already acknowledged the lawsuit.
Has anybody heard from old Marla?
I don't know. I haven't. This is one to Gator Boy. A lawsuit has been filed against you within 21 days after service of this summons on you, not counting the day you received it, or 60 days if you're... Somehow I managed to miss some of these as I was redacting. So it's the same thing. This is all showing proof of service. They all have 21 days to fill this document out showing that they received it. Yeah. If you fail to respond, judgment by default will be entered against you for the relief demanded in the complaint. You must also file your answer or motion with the court. So we've got Lynette, Stupid Dave, Gator Boy have been served.
Bone Sucker should be on there too somewhere.
Hang on. Here's Patty Plummer. Daggone it.
Here, I'm gonna put you in the background so you can do that real quick.
Yeah, because I thought I had it all done, but because I scrolled through it.
Even though this is public records, still,
yeah,
we might not like these people, but we don't need to show their addresses.
Yes. I thought I had it all redacted because I went through it.
You probably forgot chasing down that rabbit hole. Got mis-Googled. Exactly, Chucky. She cannot be represented by the Bubble Man. It's going to be very interesting because now everybody, and I am waiting for the conflict of interest to come into play, because now that Bubbles is literally being sued in federal court with all the rest of the players involved, is Randy going to file for conflict of interest with Bubble representing Lynette in the other case?
You probably can't because this is a new case and that's the original case. But I may be wrong. John has been served. Sorry, I got it. Y'all was asking about John just a second ago, so. I'm almost done. And then I got to scroll all the way back up.
I'm watching.
Well, I thought you took me off the...
I can still see.
Oh.
I can see.
Okay. I'm good now.
All right.
Okay, we did Stupid Dave. So I can scroll past that one. I was down to Patty Plummer, wasn't I? We did Helm. So Stupid Dave, Helm, Gator Boy. Patty Plummer. Notice of service. This is my favorite part. If you fail to respond, judgment by default will be entered against you for the relief demanded in the complaint.
Oh, most definitely. So
That's my favorite part.
I'm taking the paper they have to fill out is
this.
Doesn't have to really be done by a lawyer. It can be done by them. It's just acknowledging that they were served, right?
Yes, it says that it says within 21 days after service of this summons on you, not counting the day you received it, you must serve on the plaintiff an answer to the attached complaint or a motion under Rule 12. The answer or motion must be served on the plaintiff or the plaintiff's attorney. So either you fill it out or you have your attorney fill it out. Either way, you only got 21 days, baby.
Now, from the time they received it, had they already received it, or?
Well, we know for a fact Ray got it in his email. So Ray's been served. He knows about it.
Once it's been emailed and it's in their email box, that's when they've been served with this paper that they have to fill out.
You know what? That's a question for chat because they tend to watch these fools more than we do.
Exactly, Chucky. Stark cannot represent anyone in federal court. He is not licensed for federal court. Exactly. It would be interesting, though, if Stark turned out to be the super mole.
Okay, so Marla Hughes has been served, according to this. It says
right.
Service. And she has to fill this out and return it. Lisa Weeks. If you fail to respond, Lisa, judgment by default. You better not ignore this one, you old witch. Bruce has been served.
Chucky, I'm not sure on that one. I don't think Bubbles is a federal attorney. I don't think he's licensed for that, but
Jeremy said he was.
Oh, was he? Okay. All right.
Because I didn't think he was either, but Jeremy mentioned it a while back.
He probably got it out of the same Cracker Jack box he got his original law license from.
Probably. Lynette's been served. That's it.
They do not fill out the form unless they are an employee.
This section should not be filled out with the court unless required by Federal R Civ P4. This summons for blank. I personally served. Oh, this is for the server.
Right. So the server has to fill that out and turn it in that they were served.
Yeah.
But they still have to acknowledge that they received the summons within 21 days.
Yes, they still have to file. They have to serve it on to Jeremy's attorney that they got the notice, and they have to turn it into the courts that they got the notice. And so if they don't within that 21 days, Jeremy wins by default.
So now this isn't everybody on the list, right? This is
I gotta refresh. Hang on.
Hi, buddy. And she's back.
Yeah, my screen don't look right. I can't figure out what's wrong with it.
Hi, see girl, what's happening? Glad you could pop in.
Maybe I'm losing it, but the chat and stuff looks different to me all of a sudden. Harry said he likes it when I get like that. I love it that they're getting a FAFO right now with this new case. Don't you, Coop?
Yep.
You got 21 days, Lisa. 21 days. Don't ignore this summons, baby girl. Or you're going to have to pay up. And we know you a broke bitch. Megan, sure.
I don't know how long, though. I'm going to go look and make sure because I don't want to waste that.
See, girl, that's what I said, too. They never even said they actually put the memorial up. Right now, I'm more concerned with whether they acknowledge the fact they were actually served and whether they reply to Randy and the court about this summons. Because if they don't, Jeremy wins by default. And Jeremy did say in Megan's chat last night that if he wins, every dime he wins will go to charity. It will not go in his pocket. He will give it to charity. That makes me respect that man even more.
Right on.
Right? Robert said, who's going to read it to John? HG?
Yeah, she's the genius of the bunch. 5 years old, and she's text messaging on Facebook. Wow. So is that all our goodies for today?
As of right now, yeah. She does common sense. She does. 100% she does. That's why I'm like so hung up on this.
Right on.
I can
right
check.
On. I'm going there eventually.
It's like candy to me after reading that summons, because all that crap that heifer has spoke about all of us, not just Jeremy, but all that crap towards all of us, and her acting like she's big dog and above the law and thinks she can just ignore all these summons she's received from the court. Please, 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 Lisa, ignore this summons. I beg of you, please ignore this summons. Please ignore this summons. I dare you. Bet you won't ignore it. I dare you to be a rebel, though. Be a rebel. Be a rebel, Lisa. Be a rebel, Bruce. Ignore it. Please, I dare y'all. I want you to ignore it. Okay. I'm excited now. That's got me hyped up seeing that.
Yeah.
Just that sentence has me hyped up. Right, Ree? I think it's 9 or 10. I've lost count.
What?
That the ecosystem over there just keeps growing. So we've lost count at this point of how many people it is in that. Apparently so, see, girl. The crap she was saying last night, apparently they think they were seeing things, apparently, because they were trying to say Tat was in and out of Jeremy's property. Bull crap. So now we know Ray Boner was served via his email yesterday. He said it on his stream that he was served via email and he wasn't going to stop. So Yeah, Boner. You got 21 days to acknowledge that to the courts. And, Randy, so you better get to it or you're going to lose everything you have, old man.
All right, I'm going with Mo.
Okay, yeah. Y'all want to go hang out with Mo in the deep end?
Because we calling it.
Coop's shutting me down before I get too wound up. That's what's happening there.
Because I got a feeling there's going to be some more stuff coming up. Because, see, there's still a lot of motions laying on the table the judge hasn't gotten to yet.
Well, see, what we just read was for the new case. So
right.
It's very possible.
So I figure we get some rest.
I'm hoping if anything does drop, it drops before the hubby gets off work because I got stuff to do today.
Right on.
We are gonna send y'all over to Mo in the deep end.
Yeah, buddy.
We love Mo. Right, Susan.
So, give it to them there, Georgie. Give them that spiel.
All right, guys. Tomorrow night, well, Coop and I are on every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Things might be a little different next week while I'm on vacation.
Right on.
We might have to go a little earlier if that's good with you, Coop.
Yeah, Tammy, this will, you don't have to do anything. It will automatically take you there when we end the stream.
Yeah, Harry said Georgie's just getting started. Yeah, Coop's winding me down because we have a feeling there's more going to drop this afternoon. And hopefully it's before I have to head out. But we have it set to redirect. So when Coop ends the live, it will automatically send y'all to Miss Mo.
Make sure and tell her hi.
Yes, let her know that Coop and I sent you. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be on with Skipper at Veteran Nation. And we got a VIP guest, guys. Mr. Hales from What the Hells will be on with us. And we will be talking business and business-related only. We will not discuss the case. We will not be discussing none of the drama in Otter Creek. And if it is spoke about in chat, we will not address it at all. We are going to respect Jeremy, and we are only going to stay on topic. So we hope to see y'all tomorrow morning with Coop and I, and then tomorrow night with Skipper and Mr. Hales. With that being said, guys, we love y'all. Remember, you are one of a kind, and never let anyone dim your light. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Coop out.
Down in the swamp where the gators creep, there's an alligator and an owl digging in deep. Georgie and Coop on the mic they stay, breaking down cases in their own kind of way. Big cup of coffee, Coop's got the facts. Georgie's taking notes, ain't holding back. From shady attorneys to courtroom lies, they pull receipts, expose the disguise. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Late night streams, deep in the case, judge rolling eyes at the lawyer disgrace. Coop shakes his head, man, this ain't right. Georgie's laughing hard, he's losing the fight. Breaking it down, no fluff, just facts. They keep it 100, no turning back. From perjury papers to courtroom schemes, they crack the code, exposing the things. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Some folks hate, but they ain't gonna stop. Goon Squad strong, taking it to the top. With every stream, another truth unfolds. No fake news, just stories told. From big nose lawyers to blue bucket queens, they seen it all, know what it means. Staying on point, exposing the lies. Georgie and Coop got truth in their eyes. So pull up a chair, grab you a seat. Another case down, ain't missing a beat. When the court's adjourned and the story's break,